Good morning, Rumble Studios. Oh, you got the. Uh-oh. We're bleeding off to. Oh, we're on the big screen. I thought I turned that down. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Also, good morning all there on Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X Live, as well as Kick. Good morning. And on this 11.04.2024, current time is 06:21 a.m. Eastern time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. On this Monday morning, start of a new week, Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X, as well as all those other fine social media platforms that you'll find on the descriptions there on the various platforms. But just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. Primarily at Fireman Rich over there on X. And yeah, I'm starting a little late. I wasn't in no hurry. So it's a Monday. And I remember last Monday we had a major internet drop or whatever. Right out of the gate, I want to say this is this month in November is the NaPod Pomo 30-day audio month challenge, where you do one audio, at least a minimum of one audio a month for the month of August. And you complete the challenge. It's National Podcasters Post Month, and you can check it out at napodpomo.org, hashtag napodpomo. And this is day 4. I want to mention that because this audio counts as my fourth submission today. So I'm sort of I don't look at it as, I guess maybe a couple years ago I'd look at it as cheating. No, podcasters are repurposing their live streams as podcasts, or they're doing a live stream to get the podcast. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I want to say hello to all those folks that are on Spotify for podcasters right out of the gate here at the beginning, because it's a little bit longer than the normal audio that I do. I did a few audios this weekend for day 2 and day 3, and listening to quite a few. So napodpomo.org is the webpage. Check it out for hashtag NaPodPomo, National Podcasters Post Month, where you do one audio, at least one audio every day, and you post it up on your favorite platform. Mine's going to be over there on X, and I post it up on the other platforms there, such as Truth Social, Blue Skies, Instagram Threads, Gitter, Gab, and the Facebook and stuff like that. And I also put it on my blog page and stuff. But it's the original Audio Month Challenge as far as that goes. In its 17th year. So I want to just get that out to recognize the fact that this is going to be an audio podcast format also. But good morning to Smoking Schizo coming in from Florida. Thank you for being here, my good friend, my Air Force compadre, brother veteran and fellow broadcaster down there in Florida. And there's Tony D. Tony D, salute to you, sir. We had a great show yesterday. Salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD. Tony says hi. Good morning. There it is. There, good morning. Double good morning. But Tony D, he's a brother veteran, good friend, and fellow broadcaster there that we had some fun yesterday on his broadcast, Bell Kings Fantasy Football. There's his X handle, Tony D. It'd be at Tony Ton 163. I'm going to say Ton Tony. I know it's Tony Tone, but Ton for those folks that are listening on the audio side, it's at TONY TON 163. Check out Tony D there, and he does Belt Kings Fantasy Football. We had a fantastic broadcast yesterday. He's in his third season doing the broadcast, and I do really appreciate being on the broadcast and as far as that goes. So we got Tony saying hi to Smoking Schizo, and Tony's a fellow Air Force brethren. Okay, as far as I recognize those Air Force. He's still involved in the mission in a sense where he's down there in Warner Robins, and he makes sure those F-15s are flying and stuff like that, and that's a very important job. I know it is a very important job, and Smoking Schizo saying good morning to Tony with the salute emoji. And Tina, good morning. Good morning to Tina. Tina, our Jersey girl, is here. Thank you for being here, Tina, coming in from New Jersey. And Tina saying good morning to Tony. And let's see, Smoking Schizo saying good morning to Tina. And Tina saying good morning. And we're doing all the good mornings there from the regular people in the chat. So the people that are listening on the audio side, on Spotify for podcasters and all those other fine social audio platforms. We have an active chat in here, and we had the chat yesterday going in Tony's broadcast. They were asking, it was the third season, like I said, and Tony saying good morning to Tina from Rumble. And so we're on 8 platforms, or 7 platforms. So I'm going to be mouthing out. There we go with the weave again. I'm going to be verbalizing what's in the chat there for the folks in the audio. But the chat yesterday was really active on Tony's broadcast with a lot of great questions. He does the fantasy football, going over the picks, starting them and setting them according to NFL, and we discussed that as well as some other football facts. And it's just a great broadcast. Our fellow compadre there, Michael Bathurst. He's on the broadcast for the panel, and he's been on there for the 3 seasons and stuff like that. And we all know each other from the Haps days and stuff like that. So Tony has this broadcast, and I've sort of spurred off this year doing my own. Let's see, Michael Bathurst. I put it up there without talking, but check out Michael Bathurst at Michael Bathurst over there on X as well. He's a great guy. He does his broadcast. He's a fellow broadcaster here. He does it on the YouTube mostly, but he does pop into the other platforms, X Live and Twitch. But we all met on Haps, and Tony. He did the. This is his 3rd season, and this year instead of I used to just do my picks of wins and losses before the football week starts on who's going to win and who's going to lose on the week, and then I made it into a broadcast. Let's talk football. and we go over the previous scores and picks, and then we go into the following week. We're just finishing up week 9 with Monday Night Football tonight. I'm not sure. I forget who's playing tonight. When we get to the football segment. But so Tony sort of spurred that for me to, and it's a little bit different. You know, you got to make it a little different. You can't make it the same type of show because I don't do the fantasy football. Tony does it. He's done it for a number of years. I did it way back when it first started, but I don't. It's too time involving for me. I got too much other stuff. I figure being retired, I have a shitload of time left. But as far as to do things and football does interest me, and we had some good play yesterday. I enjoyed the football games yesterday, and even the football game last night. As far as what was it? Minnesota. Minnesota and Green Bay and stuff. And you know, Tony, the Green Bay. Remember, I questioned the Green Bay, the GB when we were doing the broadcast yesterday. Last night on the broadcast or on the football game in the beginning, I guess Green Bay, they have that Green Bay. That's their new logo as far as that goes. And Tony saying hi to Tina on the Twitch side as far as that goes. And, you know, Tony floats back and forth. So if anything, it gives me a benchmark that the other platforms are working on chat. So we do that on each other's broadcasts. But so I was questioning that yesterday when that was on the webpage, but they had that same logo. It's just a gold green bee, and they had the funky uniforms last night. Sort of an even game. Minnesota ended up winning. I went to bed before the halftime and stuff, and I guess Minnesota won by a touchdown, 23-14 or something. We'll go over the football scores as far as that goes. And so it just by the way, I do have the morning coffee, and it is good. Morning coffee is delicious. It is good. It is good. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had an outstanding weekend. Starting Friday night on my weekly chess game with my neighbor. He just lives down the road, but we do it online. We used to do it out in his gazebo out in the back. It has a great view of the was it hole 10, 11? I think it's 9, 10, and 11, looking out at the back 9. And but it's getting a little cold out. So instead of coming to each other's house, we just do it online. We had a very good game. We went to 80 moves, which we've never done that before. And it lasted for about 2-3 hours. And I did a bonehead mistake where I let my rook dangle out there, and I wasn't watching the angle on his bishop. It's always his bishop takes one of my major pieces. I still had the advantage, and I ended up winning the game. And I was playing black. I guess this week I played white pieces and stuff. So my rating went up. My rating went up to 765 on chess.com. So that doesn't mean much, really. You know, if you're a master, I think you're over 1,000, a rating of 1,000, 1,500. I don't think I'll ever get up there. I think my kid brother was up over 1,000, though. He was a good chess player. He freaking knew how to move the pieces. So that started the weekend. Then Saturday, we went up to Buffalo. We had a family gathering, and we broke bread there. And when driving up there, went by the new Buffalo Stadium, saw the girders up and stuff like that. It's starting to take form and stuff from the roadside as we drove by there in Orchard Park, and it's pretty neat. And it was a good fall day. Coming back though, we left. I think it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock, because I don't like driving at night, and I think sunset was at 6 o'clock Saturday. And we took the thruway. When we went up 86, 390 to 21A, and 21A right into Buffalo, the suburbs of Buffalo there. And coming back, we took 90 going all the way to 390 and coming. It's a little bit longer. It's an extra 20, 30 minutes. And at least we know where the bathroom stops are. So, and we got home, and it was about halfway down. 390 goes from Rochester down to this 86, the southern tier, and then we cut across through Elmira into Tioga County, and it's a 3-hour drive. So we're about halfway when we're on 390, and it started getting dark, and I just fearful driving at night, hitting a deer, I guess, at this point, knock on wood. So I am, I remember when I was younger, I used to love driving at night, fearless driving at night. Now, scared shitless sometimes. So, but it was a good weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, we had the Bell Kings fantasy football broadcast. Tony broadcast here doing the football, and we had some good football yesterday, going into the evening and stuff. So a full weekend for me. Of course, the clocks got turned back too, so that's the other thing. You figured clocks turned back, I'd be on early, but I'm adjusted to it already. So I wasn't in no hurry, and so that was good. But I hope you all had a good weekend. And as far as getting the start of a new week here, as we're working towards the weekend, as I like to say. How's our broadcast? I think after doing the adjustments last week on OBS, yeah, we're right where we're supposed to be. It's excellent. It's at 58.99 KBS. I think last week we were down like 1,000, and I think it was OBS was the bottleneck. So as far as that goes, it wasn't pumping out the broadcast enough so we're doing good there. And I think we're at 1080p, right? Yeah, we're at 1080p. 720 1080p on the replay and stuff like that. But I'm and let's see, what's the I used to look at this a lot as the CPU, right? Because I got a graphics card, so a GPU, and it's running at 3, but the CPU is at 3%, and that's one of the things. If you got a computer and you're doing broadcasting, it benefits you to have a computer with a separate GPU. I still have one down here, an Acer box. The graphics aspect is on the motherboard, and that doesn't cut it these days. You have to have that separate GPU. And I've got a Navid. It's not I think it's the 3-tier. It's the first tier and stuff like that. The next box I get in a couple of years, I'm already planning on getting my next box here. And what I'm going to do, I'm saving the money that I get here from on Rumble and well, unless I have to buy something, Rumble and Twitch there that you all buy, and it'll be towards a new computer here in a couple of years. Not that I need one. The Acer, the Acer Nitro I have, it's fantastic. It's more than what I thought it was going to be, and it's even more. I just discovered here, was it a week or so ago, that oh wow, I can cast up to my if I wanted to, I can cast over here to the as a second screen on my Roku. All I have to do is turn on Wi-Fi. I said, wow, this has Wi-Fi? It has Wi-Fi. So I thought that was pretty cool, the things we learn. But we're getting started, starting to get daylight out there. Let's see, current temp, it went up a degree. Okay, so we're a little cool this morning. We're into the, with the clocks turning back, we're in full swing in fall and autumn here. The leaves, this one pear tree out here, its leaves are turning red, and then we have a maple. All their leaves they're starting to fall out here. This maple out here, you can see right there, that's sort of oranges. All the leaves are orange as far as that goes, and so the leaves are changing, and it's getting cooler in the morning. And we have the space heater out on the back room just to take the edge off of the thing. But it looks like it's a little cloudy, overcast, but it looks clear. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit here at 6:37 a.m. Eastern time. And that's 2 degrees Celsius we're looking at. 2 degrees Celsius. And weather-wise, it looks like we're going to have, let's see, partly cloudy this morning. And it looks, it's partly cloudy. It's definitely partly cloudy right now. Then becoming cloudy during the afternoon. High 59 degrees. Okay, that's comfortable. Winds out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it's a typical fall, autumn day. And The sun will be rising this morning at 6:43. I still have to change this clock. There's a clock right here. It still says 7:37. I forgot to change it. The sun will be rising at 6:43, which is in about it's 6:38. So to 9:40 for 1 for 2 for 3. So 5 more minutes, the sun will be rising. And it looks like it's getting daylight out there, as you can see. So 6:43 a.m. the sun is rising, and the sun will be setting at 4:57 a.m. Eastern time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. And we'll get our world times and temperatures here. Let's see. Starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:39 a.m. 1:39 a.m. in Honolulu, 77 degrees, cloudy with a little clearing. Phoenix, Arizona at 4:39 a.m. Clear skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, Illinois, the windy city of Chicago at 5:39 a.m. No, it's raining. It's raining. Ooh, it's raining. Raining in Chicago. And 64 degrees Fahrenheit there. In New York City, the jungle, as I call it, at 6:39. It's 6:30. Well, it's changing to 6:40 now. It's 6:40 a.m. Cloudy with a little sun peeking through. And yeah, it's getting daylight out there. It's not. It doesn't look like the clouds are forming a storm. 48 degrees Fahrenheit down there in New York City, and it's 36 up here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony D is at, he's saying it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit down there currently, with 77 degrees for the high for today, 59 degrees for the low, and our high is their low. Partly cloudy down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, and Tina just posted down there in central New Jersey, where she's at, our Jersey girl. She's saying it's 33 degrees Fahrenheit, a little cooler than we are right now, Tina, with a high of 61. Okay, you're going to have a little bit warmer there, but you're a little bit south of us right now. Across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in Cork, Ireland at 11:41 a.m. Cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy at 12:41. Oh, 12. Before changing the clocks back, it was 11 something. Now it's 12:41. So we're in sync with Europe right now. In Milan, Italia, it is raining right now at 12:41 p.m. Mangia. They're just finishing up mangia lunchtime in Milan, Italia. I like saying that. 54 degrees Fahrenheit right now, currently in Milan. Swinging over to Kuala Lumpur at 7:41 p.m. Clear skies, 81 degrees Fahrenheit there in Kuala Lumpur. In their early evening, in their evening at 7:41. Tokyo, Japan, in their evening at 8:41. Clear skies, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And down on the great continent of Australia, the great country and friend and ally, great ally to the United States. We appreciate it. I always like saying that to our Aussie friends. In Melbourne right now at 10:42 p.m. In their evening, clear skies, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And over in Sydney, though, it's a little cloudy at 10:42 as well. In Sydney, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. Our thought for today, going right into that. And the folks on the audio side, when I do the audio podcast, for the folks that are listening on the audio side, this is a longer version of what I do on the Tuesday, Wednesday audio podcast, which incidentally tomorrow I won't be doing. I'll be doing the Mixcloud. But our thought for the day this morning is from Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th United States president. That's 10 after, because Lincoln was the 16th. So he was the 26th. That's a good way to remember who was the 26th president. Theodore Roosevelt Jr., often referred to as Teddy or TR, was an American politician, soldier, conservationist, and explorer who served as the 26th President of the United States, serving from 1901 to 1909. He previously was involved in New York politics. He was the New York State governor. He was the governor of New York there, including serving as the 33rd governor for 2 years before and then he was vice president for McKinley, and then McKinley got shot in Buffalo, New York. No, oddly enough, he was assassinated in Buffalo, or got shot, and he died afterwards. And Teddy Roosevelt was downstate around the Roscoe area. I can't, down in the Catskills, hunting bear. He was hunting black bear when he got the word that they need you back in Washington because you're going to be the 26th president. Or was he the 27th? And then he became the 20th. He got reelected after that. So, but his quote and our thought for the day, and he has some good quotes. They're all good, but this one I like. Let's see, we'll bring it up here. And we are live on X Live. Let me check the X Live as far as to recognize the folks over there on X Live. And we have nobody over on X Live. What the hell's going on there, people? Wake up. You're sleeping in? No problem. No big deal. No grande. No big deal. No grande. I forget what deal is. Let's see. Our thought for the day from Teddy Roosevelt. Keep your eye on the stars and your feet on the ground. So keep your eye on that target and keep on a level playing field to where you don't go astray, because your goal is the stars. You're reaching for the stars. And in some cases, you can grab that star, but you got to keep your fight grounded. You can't be all over. You can't be dancing around and stuff like that. So I think that's what Teddy Roosevelt meant by that. A good quote as far as that goes. And I'm gonna just check something here real quick. I should start doing this as far as, let's see, because we got all these. Since I've become an X premium user, I've been playing around a little bit around Grok, and Grok is no different than Google. I'm starting to see, as far as, but it's pretty interesting as far as, let's see, I'm putting this in Google. Let's see. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground is a quote from Theodore Roosevelt, and its meaning is to have aspirations and goals. That's a better way of putting it, while remaining grounding in your values and beliefs. So don't change just because you're reaching for that stars, stay honest to yourself. It can also be interpreted as a reminder to be hopeful, look for the good in the world, and be persistent. And that's me. I like that. That's the takeaway I have also on that from that quote. This quote this morning from Teddy Roosevelt. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. Theodore Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States. God bless and Godspeed. One of the things I want to talk about, I just thought about that. Let me go ahead and. Yes, good quote, Tina says. Yes, yeah. There's something that transpired overnight, and let me see let me bring up my X feed here. Just bear with me for a second here. Okay, let's see. We got that. There's my X feed as far as that goes, and there's the broadcast right near on X Live, and there's our thought for the day. But last night we had some breaking news concerning this gentleman. Does anybody know who that is? That is Mr. Quincy Jones. He is the God plus of music, and what is it? Last night, Quincy Jones, music titan, who worked with everyone from Frank Sinatra to Michael Jackson. He passed away last night. A great icon in the music industry. And Quincy Jones, the multi-talented music titan whose vast legacy ranged from producing Michael Jackson's historical Thriller album to writing prize-winning film and television scores and collaborations with Frank Sinatra, Ray Charles, and hundreds of other artists. He passed away at 91. His publicist said he passed away Sunday night in his home in Bel Air section of Los Angeles, surrounded by family. Tonight, and it's quoted as, "Tonight, with a full but broken heart, we must share the news of our father and brother Quincy Jones passing," the family said in a statement. And although this is an incredible loss for our family, we celebrate the great life. And he had a great life. He had a fantastic life. He brought so much joy to everybody in the music that he produced. But he had a great life that he lived, and no, there will never be another one like him. No, there won't. He's just one of these guys that anybody that is big in music, he had a hand in it. Quincy Jones rose from running with gangs on the south side of Chicago to the heights of show business, becoming one of the first Black executives to thrive in Hollywood and amass an extraordinary music catalog that included some of the richest moments of American rhythm and song. For years, it was unlikely to find music lovers who did not own at least one record with his name on it, or a leader in the entertainment industry beyond who did have some connections with him. An icon, you could go on and on. So this shocked me as far as last night, because I have high respects in regards for this gentleman here. And good morning, Thamer. Thamer coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to have you here. So Godspeed and God bless. God bless and Godspeed to Mr. Quincy Jones on his passing. So I woke up last night and I just took a quick peek at the oh, my thing's not working here now. Let's see. The text isn't coming in. Let's see. What? So I took a peek last night at the on X last night, and what did I see it? No, I saw it on I was looking at a little news. I was just seeing what the current news was on and stuff like that, and that popped up. So, and whatnot. So Tina saying hi to Thamer. How you doing, Thamer? Coming in from Riyadh, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Thamer saying hi to Tina back this morning. And let's see, is that how it works? Let's see. Okay, let me do a quick reset here. Let's see, we're gonna go picture. Okay, hang on for a minute. Okay, there I am, right there. Hang on. Okay, we're on the phone here. I got to redo my the web page. We're on the camera right now, or the camera on the Samsung A23. Stand by. Let's see. We're doing a reset now. It's resetting. Let's see if that works. Let's see. Does that work? Not sure. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay. It looks like that's working. Okay. We got this on now. I think we should be good to go there. We're good to go on the audio? Yeah, okay. We're good to go on the audio. So let's turn that camera off. We're back here. And I can't see. Can we zoom in a bit more? It's smoking. The camera, it's back by the screen, and the camera just for. I think that's what it does on the Rumble Studios. It just my the phone just. So I'm glad I clipped my nose hair, so you didn't see my nose hairs smoking. I like that. I can't see. Can we zoom in a little bit more? Yeah. I think that's just the nature of using Rumble Studios. So when I'm broadcast, I know the few times I've used it, I had to have my hand way out here because it is a little bit close up view and stuff like that. So we need to bump it to 4K to see. I don't think I'm going to be doing the 4K anytime soon. They're smoking. No, just that's. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty intense. The thing is, you go to 4K, nobody can view in 4K. If they're going to view, the highest I can broadcast at 4K, but are you going to have the capability to receive 4K video? See, that's why 4K is delayed. It costs too much to get a TV. They have it, the high end of people that are making money and stuff, TV broadcasting and all that, and cable, they can do that. If I can't see your pores, is the camera really worth it? That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see for our National Day today. That's a good one, smoking. We have, Job Action Day. I don't know. I'm not worried about a job. I'm retired. So, if you're looking for a job, today's Job Action. Get out there and find a job. We have National Broadcaster Traffic Professionals Day. That's for those people that broadcast on the TV and radio. And Tina laughing at Smoking's comments there. We have National Chicken Lady Day. I don't know what that is. We're going to go with this because I think this last night, I guess as before the game was already started. I had Fox on here, and I was watching the football game on the screen. I had the football game, but I was watching Simpsons last night, and I'm saying, wait a minute, it's not Halloween. They had their Halloween version, which was pretty cool. But so this National Day today, it's sort of a leftover from Halloween. Today is National Candy Day. Hashtag National Candy Day. On November 4th, we celebrate the sweet holiday, National Candy Day. Candies have a long history of attracting us with the bright colors and delightful flavors. They also come in a variety of shapes and sizes. And, it's all the leftover candy from Halloween that took place there. Actually, it was last Thursday. So, we still have leftover candy. You're finishing up the Halloween candy, or else you're selling it back. I guess there's websites out there where you can get $10, or you can sell your candy. They're paying $10 a pound. I think was it $10 a pound for the buyback on the candy? Do you remember? Or $2 a pound? Maybe it was $2 a pound. Okay, and $10. Okay, you're gonna go with that one, Tina. We don't need a lot of candy at our age. We don't need the extra sugar. I've already used my allotment and next year's allotment on candy corn. We bought this big, 1 pound bag of candy corn the last time we went to BJ's, and that was good. I mean, what messed up dentist organization is buying kids candy off them? Oh, okay. That's okay. I think that's what the dentists, our local dentists are doing that, smoking. Now that you say, that is sort of a weird. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's that? You don't think that's weird?
No.
Oh, the missus doesn't think. She says she's all right with that.
Getting the kids to not eat that much candy.
Yeah, but it's sort of like they're the ones that fill the cavities and stuff, I think is what Smoking is saying. It's sort of
they want kids to get cavities.
Yeah, they're promoting teeth and well, they're helping out. I guess I don't know. It's how you look at it and stuff. I think it's a little, yeah. Because our dentist does that. Now that you say that, Smoking, because we get this brochure. Our dentist, oh, it's a great place. I love it. It's there's a reason. Smoking says there is a reason we toilet paper the houses that hand out bad candy growing up. Yeah, if you don't get the big candy from a store, the next you can guarantee you're on that list to be toilet. I never toilet papered the house. We didn't do that when I was growing up in our neighborhood. That was really, I mean, I think there was one time I grew up in Appalachian, New York, here in Tioga County. And there's one part of Appalachian, I think it was down on Main Street, they toilet papered a house and the sheriff got involved. I mean, immediately. They said that was soap and windows. That was okay. You got caught by the owner and stuff. And Smoking says, "Oh, you missed out. Never to." No. Can you imagine if I toilet paper? I papered a house, and then you see on the national news or cable news, local individual from Southern Tier, New York, by the name of Fireman Rich, arrested for toilet papering a house in Tioga County. Arraignment, bail denied because for one reason or the other, or something like that. So that's funny, Smoking. That's a good one. So today is National Candy Day. Hashtag National Candy Day, folks. Let's see. Like I said, tomorrow I will be doing the Mixcloud broadcast. So the folks that are listening on Spotify for podcasters, I will be doing an audio tomorrow after that broadcast. I don't do them. I can't put the Mixcloud broadcast. That's where I play the Tioga radio show over there on mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. I do that every other week. And I've been doing it for a number of years. I don't get a lot of views or following, but I like putting something like that together. The workflow of putting that together is fun. And I present 8 rock and roll songs, sometimes a pop song, maybe a rap song, or I don't know if I'm not sure. Tony D knows rap. I don't know jack about rap. I like listening to it though, because Tony D has a good radio. He has a good music broadcast there when he puts out the music and stuff. He puts out it's 80s and 70s and 80s and stuff like that, which is good. So we'll be doing a Mixcloud broadcast tomorrow on for the Tioga radio show. And after that, I will be doing an audio for day 5 tomorrow. So like I said, this counts as day 4 for NaPodPoMo, National Podcasters Post Month. Again, to recognize those folks that are listening on the over there on Spotify for podcasters. And what is it? I hooked up. There was another this weekend. I hooked up with 2 people I used to know back in the day of the golden age of audio on Audio Boo. When I was using that platform, Mr. Paul Omani over there in Cork, Ireland, and then SM2, who's on X there. He's he knows a lot about music too. But SM2, he's over there in the UK, so it's good seeing you guys up on the audio boards there. And SM2 was during the football game. I was watching the football game, and he was DMing me. I missed a day or missed it. What happens if you miss? If you miss a day during NaPodPoMo, the whole key is the goal is to get 30 audios for the month. So it doesn't matter. You can do. Oh, bless you. You all right? Oh, that was a good one. You heard that one, huh? The whole objective of NaPodPoMo, the original Audio Month Challenge in November, is to do at least 30. You can do all 30 on one day, and you made the goal. It does, there's no set rules. You just have the bare minimum, do one audio each day, post it up on your favorite platform. In my case, it's X. And that's where I saw SM2s. And I follow them both on Spotify now. So I get the notification on Spotify. And because SM2 he said he's using Spotify for podcasters now. It's the old Anchor app. as far as that goes. So it's good getting reacquainted with the SM2, which it's been a number of years. I think both Paul Omani and SM2, I did the last time I talked with them was before COVID. COVID sort of messed things up for a lot of people and stuff. So it's good to see them on the original Audio Month Challenge. That didn't sound like a sneeze. I thought that was going to need to be an exorcism. She liked it. The missus, like, she's laughing at that one smoking. Yeah, she's the missus has joined us in the studio, which is the dining room. Basically, I got a corner of the dining room. She's having her breakfast this morning. We're going for a walk this morning.
Later, I gotta.
Yeah, we're not in no hurry to do a walk there.
No, I'm gonna start cleaning house.
Yeah. You got. She's one day is a clean house day and stuff. So, but it's still a little chilly out there. So we'll be doing a walk. So tomorrow I will be doing the Mixcloud broadcast and stuff. So let me go ahead and do 100 years ago as far as that goes on our history segment here. Let me find the okay, let's see. This is it right here. 100 years ago with Luther Rogers, or was it Rogers Luther? Well, we'll see. I always get it mixed up with him. Let's see. Let me turn this off first. That didn't work again. What the hell happened there? We reset. Okay, I got to do it from the phone then. I could still work it from the phone. There we go. Turn that off by the phone. My phone is like my producer. You know, it's an extra thing there. Let's see. We got that. Let's go to the page. We're going to do present. 100 years ago. Get it lined up. And I have no affiliation or association with WICZ, which is the Fox channel, channel 40, up here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Years ago today, negotiations are in progress for the purchase of property for the construction of a Catholic hospital in Binghamton. Property of Mr. Merritt Corbett at 169 Riverside Drive is being considered for the site of the new hospital. Several Halloween parties were held in the vicinity last night. More than 500 boys attended a party at the YMCA. Dance was held in the Remlick Boathouse on Tompkins Street. And out at Sky Lake, Mr. Willis Sharp Kilmer held a Halloween party and campfire for his close friends. The internationally famous dancer Anna Pavlova is coming to Binghamton. She'll appear at Clara Temple on November 11th. And finally, next Tuesday is Election Day, and it is now expected that Calvin Coolidge will get enough of the
What happened there? I hit a button. Let's bring this up again. Oh my God. What the hell? Let's do this again. Let's bring this back. Let's do a replay on this, folks. I'm sorry. I got too many tabs open. Let me close some tabs down here first. Oh, let's try this one more time, folks. Let's go. Okay, we're back again. Okay, let's try this again.
Years ago today, negotiations are in progress for the purchase of property for the construction of a Catholic hospital in Binghamton. Property of Mr. Merritt Corbett at 169 Riverside Drive is being considered for the site of the new hospital. Several Halloween parties were held in the vicinity last night. More than 500 boys attended a party at the YMCA. Dance was held in the Remlick Boathouse on Tompkins Street. And out at Sky Lake, Mr. Willis Sharp Kilmer held a Halloween party and campfire for his close friends. The internationally famous dancer Anna Pavlova is coming to Binghamton. She'll appear at Clara Temple on November 11th. And finally, next Tuesday is Election Day, and it is now expected that Calvin Coolidge will get enough of the electoral votes to be elected president. And that was the news 100 years ago.
Okay, there we go. That was a little bit better. 100 years ago. Calvin Coolidge. Well, tomorrow is Election Day. You know, we go to the polls here in the United States and be watching the returns there and stuff. But continuing on with our history, because there really wasn't that much in there other than Election Day tomorrow, International Dancer came, several Halloween parties, more than 500 boys. I guess they kept the boys out of getting in trouble there. 500 boys there. And negotiation purchasing the construction of the Catholic Hospital in Binghamton. The property was okay. So 100 years brought to you by brought to you by Broom Recycling. Okay. So just going over it, stuff like that. So it was fairly quiet, you know. The Halloween's all over, so they're not going to be they're not in the Halloween spirit of causing shenanigans, I guess, or something like that. So, but the rest of history on this day, let's see, in 1879, excuse me, Will Rogers, the American actor, cowboy, humorist, and newspaper columnist, was born in the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma. So, and let's see, who's this? In 1924, Nellie T. Ross became the first woman to be elected governor of a U.S. state and the only woman ever to have served as governor in Wyoming. They were pretty forward thinking there. And 1937, happy birthday, 86th birthday. I love this show that she was on. To Emmy-winning actress Loretta Swit, who played Major Hot Lips Houlihan, the head nurse of the beloved TV sitcom MASH, and that was a great show. That was a great show. I still watch that periodically. 1968, Glenn Campbell. One of the first movies I saw Glenn Campbell was in. It was in True Grit with John Wayne. That was a good movie. 1968, Glenn Campbell released the 12th album, Wichita Lineman, which hit number 1, spent 46 weeks on the Billboard's top 20 or top 200, and earned Campbell a gold record and Grammy Hall of Fame induction as far as that goes. And let's see, 2001 started the big excitement about Harry Potter. 22 years ago, the first Harry Potter film, well, the books came out, but the film based on the blockbuster books premiered. And on this day, 2008, we got Election Day tomorrow, but back in 2008, Barack Obama was elected the first African-American president of the United States, becoming the 44th United States president. I think President Clinton might have disputed that maybe a little bit, but I don't know. But Barack Obama, that was his first term. I almost voted for him in his first term. In his second term, there's no way. It's just, but that's politics. Let's see, over on the AP side. Let's see, what do we have? They have, the president was Barack Obama was elected, but on this day in 1922, the entrance of King Tut's tomb was discovered in Egypt, which I guess it was a curse. Anybody that went in there and stuff like that. It was back in 1979, and I remember this day. I was stationed in Aviano, Italy, my first tour, and I was just finishing up my my second year. I was getting ready to PCS as far as going to my next duty assignment. But I remember I was in Italy when this happened. The Iranian hostage crisis began as militants stormed the United States Embassy in Tehran, seizing the occupants for some of the seizing its occupants. The hostage for some of the hostages was the start of 444 days of captivity. So yeah, that was I was in my second year at Aviano, because I remember when we were waking up that morning in the bunk room at the fire station, and the Italian nationals, they always got up early and got their cappuccino, their coffee. You know, they had coffee correcto. They weren't supposed to, but they did. It was Italian and stuff like that. But remember, was it Mr. Secchi? God bless him. Godspeed, Mr. Secchi. He was the senior. He'd come in the bunk room and say, "Oh, you American GIs, you're going to go to war in Iran and stuff like that," because that was a big deal back then. The hostages. So let's see, 1980, Republican Ronald Reagan won the election to the White House for the first time as he trounced. He got I think it was only Minnesota and Maryland, maybe Georgia. He had a overwhelming, but he won. He beat President Jimmy Carter. In 1991, Ronald Reagan opened his presidential library in that must have been just before he ended his second term in Semi Valley, California. In attendance were a bunch of presidents: former President George H.W. Bush, former President Jimmy Carter, former President Gerald Ford, and even former President Richard M. Nixon. And okay, Tina, we'll see you. Take care. Say hi to Hal and Big Juice. Hey, Big Juice, you snuck in here. Let me get back here. Being stationed in other countries, Rich, how long did it take you to stop feeling homesick? And you liked I'm on my own. I'm on my own now. Oh, as soon as I went to service, I guess when I got out of basic training, I knew I was on my own, but I never really felt homesick. My first 4 years, I knew I was going to, I was going to get out and I was going to come back home. And then when I was thinking about getting out of the service, and I told the story before, it was a lunch I had. I went out to lunch with my dad, and he had it pre-planned. Because he thought I was just going to go out and get a job. I think he wanted me to stay in. So he had a good friend of his who was retired military at the time, and we had lunch, and he's asking me. I'm talking about the Air Force. I forget what he did, but he asked me this question: "Do you like what you're doing?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why are you getting out?" "Oh, I don't know, just to be a change and stuff like that." He says, "You're not homesick, are you?" I said, "No." He says, "Well, you might want to think about staying in because you got a lot of opportunities. You can always come back home." And that was from that point forward. It was a real focal point for me in my life, in a sense that that made me want to. It's like, yeah, I can always come back home, because as soon as you're at a duty station, like 2 years or 4 years, you're getting short. I didn't really get homesick. I've spent 13 years of my 20 overseas, and I think that was an education for me, and I loved it, and I really appreciate it as far as that goes. But the presidents there, that was the first ever gathering of 5 past and present U.S. chief executives being the president. And one of them, Gerald Ford, I actually met him, talked to him for a good 20, almost 30 minutes. Because nobody else wanted to talk to him. He was waiting there for his motorcade, and his plane came in. I was up at Hanscom Field. He came into the crash house, and we're in the dining area of in the kitchen of the fire station, and it was a combination dining room, day room, basically. He was waiting for his motorcade, and I got to talk with him and shook his hand, and it was a great honor to meet a past president. But on this day in 1991, there was 5 presidents: Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, President Jimmy Carter, President Gerald Ford, and President Richard Nixon. That was probably one of Richard Nixon's last things there. Let's see, what else do we have? Anything? No, that's it there. Okay, so let's see, where are we at? We're at 1 hour. I'm going to take a break here, folks, and then when we come back, we're going to try another reset, I think. So I will be right back as far as that goes, and I don't think this is going to work. Let's see if this works. I might have to use the phone. Oh, it does work. Okay. All right, folks, I will be right back. for our second half. We'll see where it goes. 30 minutes or an hour, who knows? But we're back here after got a full cup of coffee here, second cup of the day. Here for the Monday morning coffee, 11.04.2024. What are you doing, Jack? Let's see. Oh, we're back up to 68,000. Okay, we're doing good on the broadcast here on the. But we are back as far as that goes, and let's see what we got here for comments. Did you get paid more being in other countries, Rich? No, I did not. To answer Big Juice's question 6 minutes ago there before the break. Sorry there, Big Juice. Steve coming in from Ohio. No, I did not. We got a cost of living depending on what country we're in. I think you got more of a cost of living. Well, yeah, we did get a cost of living. I'll take that back now that I think of it. The question from Big Juice, and that's 59 on the Twitch from Big Juice is over there in Ohio. Steve, to answer that question, did you get paid more money in other countries? Yes, because of cost of living. I was making, what were we making when we were in Japan? An extra $1,000 a month?
Quite a bit because the cost of living.
Yeah, it varied. It could be $1,000 to $1,500. We were on base housing. I was getting my pay, but they were giving me an extra $1,000 to $1,500 a month because it was expensive. A beer over there when I first got over there, it was like $5 for a bottle of beer. And back here in the States, it was still sitting at $1.50, $1.75. The cost of living is very high in Japan, very, very high. I mean, their $10 bills were like our $1 bills. Okay, so we ended up banking that money. A lot of people spent it,
but we the city. We didn't like the city.
Yeah, we didn't like the city, so we didn't really do that much. But we stayed on base, and we did take some trips. I think the one most memorable one that we went on was to Mount Fuji there, to the 5th station, not way up on the volcano, but we right there on the side of the mount volcano, and but the cost of living was really high. So in some countries it wasn't. When we were in Italy, it wasn't that much, but Japan was. I didn't really notice it when I was single because I lived in the barracks, so there wasn't really that much of a cost. When you were married, you had kids, they compensated a little bit, so it wasn't a lot. Japan, it was. It became apparent because we just banked the money and walked away. That's $1,000 to $1,500 a month, and we were over there for 3.5 years. My last 3.5 years in the service, so we banked away a lot. We didn't really spend that, so we had a good chunk of money to put down on our house here, as far as that goes. So that answers that question there. So, but we're on our second cup of coffee here. So we're in the second half of the show here, the broadcast, the Monday morning coffee here on this Monday, start of a new week, working towards the weekend for November 4th, 2024, here on Rumble Studios, broadcasting into Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live on the Real Fireman Rich Facebook page. And Double J's, hey, how you doing, my friend? Good morning here from the southern tier of upstate New York and stuff. And Double J's, are you in India? You're in Dubai. No, you're in Mumbai. Is it Mumbai? Let me get my map. Let's see. Yeah, election day tomorrow. Yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah, you're down there. You're in Mumbai, India, right? As far as that goes, let's see. Mumbai, India. What is it currently? 8:27 p.m. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, you're in Mumbai. Okay. India. We've had a couple people last week from India, as far as that goes, and that's one part of the world I've never been. So glad to have you here, Double J's. Yeah, tomorrow's election day. We'll see what happens, what transpires. It's I think they should make election day a national holiday. As far as that goes, and I think it would help. It'd help things and stuff. Hey, let's say I'm an American citizen, right? What do you think? I'll let you answer that question, and hopefully you got the right answer. I always promote you should go and vote. You vote. That's what this country is all about. It works here in this country, even though we have some shenanigans going on. People may say, but it's part of the American culture. They have commercials here promoting it, and that's your one of your primary American as American citizen rights to vote, and that's in any country as far as that goes. As far as the vote, any country, and free countries allow their citizens to vote, and so yes, I am going to. Yeah, you will. Just asking, since some people don't exercise their, well, the thing is, I look at that, and this, you can either vote or not vote, and if you not vote, that's still your right. Okay, if you don't want to vote, it's just you don't want to take part. That's well within. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people say there's something wrong with that. It's a waste and stuff. I don't know. I don't agree with that. It's they're not exercising the right. It is a right to vote or not vote. That's your choice. That's what you have in a free country. You have a choice to do things. You may not like it, what other people do, but you have that choice, and it works here in the United States, even though people look at the United States under a microscope and stuff like that. If a lot of things that happen here in the United States were happening in another country, they implode and stuff like that. But nothing against them, but yeah. But no, I don't hold anything against people that don't want to vote. I used to years back, but when you grow older, you grow a little wiser. You become a little bit more open and stuff. Me either. I agree. Okay, you agree. Okay, so it's it's a mute argument or discussion. I don't think it's a mute thing to argue or debate about. As far as I know, there's people that get irate about it. It's you should vote. You need to vote for this person. I don't go into that crap anymore. It's just like you got one vote. The person casts it the way they want to and stuff like that. When you have somebody determine how you should vote, then you're succumbing to things there and stuff like that. So it's just that's one of the freedoms that we have here in the United States that I cherish. I served in the United States Air Force, so it doesn't matter who you vote for, just vote. As far as that goes, it's the process. Yeah, we have elections every year, but that's the big one as far as that goes. So and there's a lot of votes being casted now. There's from what I've been seeing, there's record amounts of voting going on right now. So it works. Okay, that's my conclusion. I'm not going to get into deep dive discussion, and I don't debate or argue and stuff like that. It's not worth it. Stuff like that. You vote for who you want, and then just leave it at that. If people, as far as that goes. So exercising the vote is an American thing that other countries try to copy and emulate and stuff like that. But we have free countries over there. I don't know what the voting process is over in India. Don't know when the results. We'll see. It depends, because you have a lot of people. I think technology is overrated as far as that. We'll see. Usually it's that evening. It depends on how the returns come in and stuff like that. The last election we had, we were in COVID, so that had an impact in the results, I think, when you look back on it, because they didn't come in. We've had some elections back when the hanging Chad there with Al Gore and Bush Jr. in Florida, the hanging Chad and stuff, it went. So there's always something that's going to come up, but it gets worked out. I don't look at it as a controversies anymore and stuff. They get worked out. There's some people that make a big deal about it on both sides. So I'm just going to leave it at that as far as that goes. So, and whatnot. So, but I'm going to vote, and I'm glad I live in a country where I'm able to go to my local voting poll, and I can cast that vote. Let's see. Double J says in India they use electronic voting machines. Otherwise, it's impossible to count those votes. Yeah, they do the same thing here. But even those electronics, how long does it take for the results come in India? If you don't mind me asking. I know we've had it takes a couple days here in past elections. Well, the mail-in ballots. There's a lot of mail-in ballots, so they usually takes a couple days and stuff, especially if you have an election that's close. That's any election. They do mail-ins for the state here for so that seems to be the new thing, mail-in ballots and stuff like that. So India has what, double the amount of population as the United States. So I imagine that can be an intense thing to take part in. So okay, let's see now. 3 to 4 days, maybe 5. 3 to 4 days, maybe 5 years. No mail-ins in India to avoid fraud. Go in person. Oh, got to go in person. I like that. 3 to 4 days, maybe 5. Oh, 5. Oh, 5 years. No, there's a period, or maybe 5 days, years. That's funny how you put that in there. 5 years. You got a whole bunch of elections stacked up to be. But yeah, it could happen. There's certain things that pop up, and they have to make sure it's a legitimate election. Sorry, years was tight. Okay, that was funny though. At 3 to 4, but could be 5 years. But no, it's just things could pop up and stuff like that. And I think in my lifetime, every election has been fair and square to the most part. I know there's been I remember watching the biography on General Grant, and General Grant, when he got out of the service, before he became president, he went back home and he had a farm, and he had people that worked with him, and most of those people were Black Americans. And they were free because it was after the Civil War, but they were intimidated to go to the voting poll. So he took them there to execute their right, and they voted. But there were shenanigans. They probably threw those. They gave the impression they threw those votes out because they separated them. They didn't, but they still voted. The whole premise was they did vote. So there is going to be some shenanigans, but I don't think it's on what they stated in the past. It's hard to believe. It's like some of the shenanigans that they've happened. I know the people, they have their different views and stuff, but and not to say it doesn't happen, but to be able to turn an election on here in the United States on a national level, it's like we never went to the moon. Well, may the best person win. I am interested in the election, even though I am. Yeah, and I think most of the United States is, because we're a world leader and people look towards us for that direction and stuff like that. I say we're a world leader. We're not a world. We're a world power, but I have the sense that we're no better than other countries and stuff, but we're not exercising like what China does and what Russia does. They're the bee and the bully and stuff like that. I mean, some in our hemisphere maybe, but but that's for another discussion. But it's going to be interesting, and maybe we might talk a little bit of it if we don't get too political on Wednesday as far as the results. If there's results, we'll see. I'm hopeful there will be results tomorrow night and stuff like that, as far as that goes. So I'm not going to go into the dirty details and stuff like that. I do post some stuff on my Twitter page at Fireman Rich, and I think from that you can judge which way I'm going to vote. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't like getting into the wide that doesn't serve any purpose and stuff like that, because I have family members that are let's see. What makes America great is your democracy, and it doesn't matter where one comes from. It's so true. Yeah, to become an American citizen, and part of that democracy is the right to vote, the right to free speech, the right to live where you want, and from fear of harm and all that. But the right to vote, that's one of our our rights here in the United States of America. And I love this country for that, just like, even though there's a lot of differences between people and stuff like that. But I'm at this point in my life where it's like, I'm not going to get in an argument or debate over it, because everybody's minds, for the most part, have been set and stuff like that. And in the great scheme of things, it's not going to, matter that much in a general sense, I guess. So let's see what we got here. We did 100 years ago. I do have, there is a celebration that went on this past weekend, or the first. When was the first? Last Friday. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. This is another article from Fox 40. Again, I have no affiliation with Fox 40. We just like looking at their broadcasts. Let me see if I can get this text off. Okay, it worked there. Okay, okay. No point in debating what will be. Tomorrow is the day. Yeah, exactly. We'll see where the chips lie and stuff like that. And we move forward. We move forward as a country, as far as that goes, just like any other country. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and hit present. We had a celebration, 125 years of the former Johnson City Firehouse, which is over there in Broome County, the next county over. This firehouse is probably about a 20-minute drive from where I live. And I saw this, and I was like, I want to present this. This will look interesting. This will be interesting. So let's go ahead and see what this has to say here.
The building has undergone several changes since 1899, acting as a firehouse and apartment building, and now currently serves as the home of the Goodwill Theater. Theater officials and dignitaries, including Assemblywoman Donna Lupardo, Broome County Executive Jason Garner, Johnson City Mayor Martin Meany, and a representative from Senator Leah Webb's office and Town of Union Supervisor Robert Mack, were all on hand to offer congratulations. Garner says today is not only about honoring the past 125 years, but also looking ahead to the future.
Today we honor the rich legacy of this 125-year-old building, but we also look to the future. It stands as a testament to the power of art in bringing us all together, fostering understanding, and igniting our imaginations. And I'm just, I can't wait to see what happens in the years to come in this beautiful building.
So that's a county executive talking about, it's just a building. It's not a working fire station anymore. And as far as that goes, but it's a gorgeous building. And as far as that goes, and so it's 125 years that it's been there, and so they restored the building. Those old school constructions has to be so good if it lasts 100. Yeah, this is a fire station. Fire stations back in the day, they probably were made really good, double J's, and as far as that goes. So, it's just it's a gorgeous building, and it's an old firehouse. So even though it's being used as a theater, it still is considered a firehouse, and they're celebrating it, and they call it the firehouse. There's another firehouse there. It's called Station 5 in Binghamton, and it used to be a restaurant, and they still keep that decor and stuff like that, because it's old architecture that you want to preserve for the community and stuff like that. So that's a good article there. Let's see, what else do I have here? We didn't go over sports. Let me go over sports here real quick. Let's see, NBA action. We had, let's see. In NBA action, we had going last Thursday, there was no real games. Okay, where's my scoreboard? That's real impressive, yeah. 100, yeah. Well, this house right here is 100 and is probably right behind it. It's about 110 years old, this house. That's how old this house is. This old house. Oh, how? Oh, okay. The missus just 124 years. This house is, and yeah, that's what the tax roll shows. That this is the house I'm living is 124 years. It was built back in 19. What did we say? 1900. the 1900s, early 1900s. So it's 124. So this is that firehouse is 1 year older than this house. This is one of the original houses in the village I live in, as far as that goes, and that's pretty neat. There's a couple houses that in this village that are like 150 years old, but it's a nice old house. It's solid and it's pretty neat. Holy moly, are there any no? Well, there's if they are, they're friendly. The question: are there any friendly ghosts?
I think originally there was.
Yeah, there's a friendly ghost.
Moved on,
Huh?
I think they moved on.
Oh, they moved on. I don't know. The previous owner, he was a retired minister, and so 100. That's right. It's 100.
We thought it was built in about 1920, but the tax rolls show it was built in 1900.
1900.
Yeah.
So it's 107, 24.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. I just lose track of the time.
No, when you were on your third shift, I'd hear doors open.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'd be on third shift, and the missus would hear, So, but we feel a presence. I'm not going to deny, but I'm not going to say, I'm sort of on the fence. It's like, yeah, I think so. Because there's certain things I feel the presence of the previous owner who I heard from my neighbors. He was a very nice man and stuff like that. So I think he comes back and visits and wanders around the property and stuff. So, family members that built a house and stuff like that. And it's pretty neat stuff. So, let's see. On basketball now. Let's get to basketball. We're back on track here. Last Thursday, there was no action between the three teams I follow. But Friday, the Celtics beat the Hornets. That's good, 124-109. The Knicks beat the Pistons, 128-98. The Nets won against the Bulls. So all three of them won Friday. Going into Saturday, the Celtics beat the Hornets again, 113-103. And then there's no action with the Knicks or Nets. And then yesterday, the Nets played the Pistons. They lost 106-102. And where's the Knicks? Did Knicks they didn't play? Double J says, good to have company then, never alone. Yeah. It scared the missus, though, when I was on third shift when we first moved in. So tonight, the Celtics play the Hawks, the Nets play the Grizzlies, and the Knicks play the Rockets. So they must have been off for the weekend. In NFL action yesterday, we had some good football. I do have a football article. Let me see where that one is. Let's see, where is that? In football yesterday, the big game, Lions and Packers. The Packers lost to the Lions. I'm not going to go over the scores. I'll be going over the scores Wednesday night on Let's Talk Football. The one game, though, I'm going to highlight, though, because I am a Buffalo Bills fan, is the Buffalo Bills. And they squished the fish yesterday. The Buffalo Bills squished the fish. As far as that goes, they won 30-27. It looked like that was going to go into overtime, but they ended up last-minute field goal. As far as that goes, and the Buffalo Bills got the win yesterday, and I was pretty impressed with Miami. I didn't think Miami was going to play that good, but coming off of 3 straight victories, the hometown Buffalo Bills returned to Orchard Park, New York, to host the AFC East Division rival Miami Dolphins. With a strong command over the AFC, the Bills looked to extend their lead to the East, while Miami sought to turn things around with the return of their franchise quarterback, who had a concussion injury. Going into the 1 p.m. game yesterday, the Bills were a 6-point favorite over the Dolphins, but the Dolphins played a good game yesterday with a dominating history over the Fins being the Miami Dolphins. Buffalo won the last 8 home games against Miami going back to 2007. Miami versus Buffalo's game recap. The game started slow in the first half with Buffalo receiving the opening kickoff In the first quarter, both teams would had difficulty moving the ball, and the results on the scoreboard showed that. And I was getting a little concerned about that, being a Buffalo Bills fan. Both teams could only muster a field goal each, and the first quarter ended in a 3-3 tie. Miami was the first team to score a touchdown, and from a 14-yard pass from Miami's quarterback to take a 10-3 lead in the second quarter. Buffalo answered the 49-yard field goal, was the second of the game, bringing the score to 10-6 as the teams headed into the middle of the game at halftime break. While Miami started the second half of football getting the kickoff, it was the Bills who put up the next points. Mac Hollins grabbed a 1-yard pass from Josh Allen to score a touchdown. Unfortunately, Bass missed the extra point, which meant the Bills only walked away with 6 points. The Bills' defense held Miami to a 23-yard field goal, giving the Miami a 1-point lead, 13-12. The lead didn't last long for Miami, as Buffalo's Ray Davis caught a short pass from Josh Allen and scrambled 63 yards to score a touchdown. On the extra point attempt, Buffalo went for 2 points, and Keon Coleman, great receiver, caught the pass from Allen, giving the Buffalo a 20-13 lead at the end of the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, these two divisional rivals turned into a shootout as both teams started going back and forth, and with the strong drives and scores. In the start, Miami as they drove down the field, capping the drive with an 8-yard touchdown run, tying the game at 20. Buffalo came back with an impressive score drive, finishing off in an amazing 2-yard touchdown pass from Allen to Quinton Morris, giving the Bills a 7-point lead, 27-20. Not to be denied, the Dolphins came back with less than 2 minutes left in the game and scored on a 7-yard pass, tying the game at 27. With less than 2 minutes left now, with less than 2 minutes left in the game, the Bills drove the ball down the field. Ty Bass, who's questionable as a kicker, they gave him a chance to win the game for the Bills. A lot of pressure on this kicker at this point. When he did, he hit a 61-yard field goal with 5 seconds remaining on the clock. At the end of the game, Miami tried to a trick play, but failed and given the Bills the 30-27 win. Now the Bills look forward to NFL Week 10 when they go back on the road to Indianapolis to face the Colts next week, and that's pretty. I was just. So you saw me read the thing here. And so let's see. Your weekly, how did Josh do? Let's see.
He stopped. He wanted to get to the outside. Watch, he's going to be looking to the corner. He wants to get to the outside to Knox. He steps up in the pocket, and he just flips that ball up to Morris. How he knows Morris is even looking at him, I don't know, as he takes a shot. Good concentration on Morris.
So some good play there from Josh Allen. He did have an interception. I think he had an interception and stuff, but the Bills, they squashed the fish this weekend. And so congratulations to the Buffalo Bills on that note. Some other games, I guess last night game, the Vikings ended up winning, beating the where's the scores here? I had the scores. Beating the Colts 21-13, and like I said, the other big game that I was watching, the Ravens beat up on the Broncos 41-10. But we'll be going over the scores and some of the highlights here. We got a game tonight, Monday Night Football. The Buccaneers go into Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs, and that should be interesting tonight. So there's our football. There's our wrap up on sports as far as that goes. Let's see, what else do I have here? Is there anything else on Fox? There's nothing on Fox. We did the fire station. We did 100 years. We did the fish story. Let's go ahead and go to what happened in rock history on this day for November 4th. Why November 4th matters in rock history, according to iHeartRadio, which I have no affiliation other than my audio podcast on Spotify for podcasters. iHeart is one of the places where it does reside. And oh, what happened over here? Good. Okay. What happened here? I gotta bring this felt. Oh, that's interesting. It says we're at 30 frames per. Oh, the bit. Okay, you can. Oh, the frame rate and the bit. Okay, I never knew that. You can toggle between those two. Let's see. Why November 4th mattered in rock history? Well, today it's November 4th, and here's some of the reasons why there's this day mattered in rock history. In 1967, Pink Floyd performed live in America for the first time. The gig, let's see, I'm just catching up on the thing 9 minutes ago. Sorry, Double J's. Good to have companies, then never alone. Yeah. Oh, company, that's concerning the ghosts. Okay. In 1967, Pink Floyd performed live in America for the first time. The gig was in San Francisco, and they shared the bill with Big Brother and the holding company, featuring Janis Joplin. Oh, she was a icon singer there. In 1978, Boston, one of my favorite groups, played in the city of Boston for the first time, performing to a sold out crowd at the Boston Garden, the old Boston Garden. I've seen quite a few. I've seen several Celtics games there, Bruins. I've seen a couple concerts there. I've seen the Cars there at the old concert. And in 2002, the book Journals came out. It included letters and diaries for entries from Kurt Cobain, who wrote from 1980 to 1994. 1970, David Bowie, one of my favorite singers, released the album The Man Who Sold the World. And then in 2007, another great group, the Eagles, had the first #1 album in the UK when Long Road Out of Eden, their first album in 28 years, topped the charts there. And in 2010, in Santa Monica, Metallica headlined a launch event for Activision video games, Call of Duty Black Ops. Of course, there's a new Black Ops coming out. It's come out. And that's what happened today in rock history. And we thank iHeartRadio, which, again, I don't have any affiliation, but it's one of the platforms I do have my audio podcast. If you Google at Fireman Rich on that page, as far as that goes. So I like history. History is always, you can always learn a lot from history and stuff. So let's see, go here, put there. Let's go ahead and see what else is in the news. We have nothing there. We did 100 years. We did the celebration of the house. We did that. Nothing going on WEBO. Endicott welcomes its new official tree. Nah, we don't need to talk about that. That's an Endicott. Let's see. Anything on WBNG? Emergency crews respond to a car crash. Okay. And we have nothing there. Nothing on the whale. I think we're going to wrap up here, folks. I think we got enough. We've been on these interwebs here for a little bit. So I think we've been on for an hour and 39 minutes. So plus my coffee cup is getting a little dry. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here and get our day started. And what's going on? Okay. let's see, bring this cart down there to there, and we'll start the outro music. And we're going to get our day started here in the southern tier of upstate New York. I want to say thank you to Smoking Schizo down there in Florida. Thank you, my Air Force brethren. Go Prime Beef, fellow broadcaster. You have a good one there, Smoking. I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl who was here. Thank you, Tina, for being here. I want to say thank you to Tony D. Salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start today. We have a great one, Tony. Great to have you here. Coming in on all the network, or all the broadcasts there, platforms there. Thank you, Tony. Stay good. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Thammer coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Thammer, for being here as well. I greatly appreciate that, my friend. We had Double J's, he was in the house. And Big Jim Steve coming in from Ohio. So thank you all for being here in the chat. It's greatly appreciated. I want to say thank you to those that were watching the live broadcast. I want to also thank those that are listening to the audio side. Day 4 for hashtag NotPodPomo. Go ahead and check out the webpage, NotPodPomo.org. Thank you, Steve. And with that, I'm Rich Roberts, that Farmhammer. Well, on this Monday, here on X, at Farmhammer Rich on X, and also find social media platforms. Just check the description or just Google at Farmhammer Rich. You all have a great one wherever you may be. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, please take care, folks. Thanks for being here. Greatly appreciate it.